Hey everybody, welcome to Healthline. I am Gregory Zarian. Happy 2022. I hope you had a great holiday season. Hope you had an amazing new year. And here we are. New year, new game plan. And I hate the word resolution. So what are your intentions for this new year? A lot of the conversation last year and the year before is about the COVID-19, not being as active outside and putting on weight. And with the holidays here, how much weight did you add on? How much did you take off? How unhealthy were you? And what were the deals and the promises you gave to yourself? Well, I'm going to lose weight in the new year. I'm going to do this in 2022. So what did you say to yourself? What did you say to your friends? And how are you going to tackle all of that? So let's just start off with making a promise. No resolutions, intentions, and also promise yourself to do the best you can. Not a lot of expectation, not a lot of shoulds. What about just baby steps and things you could do to have a healthier day, healthier moment, healthier lifestyle? So to help us learn how to drop the weight, notice not lose, drop the weight that we added on and just start this year off with a bang, from Adventist Glendale is Dr. Richard Compton. His practice is family medicine and he's here to help us get our game on for this new year. Welcome back, Doctor.
Thanks. It's good to be back, Gregory.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too.
So with everything that I threw out there in the beginning, the COVID-19, eating so much during the holidays, and now being at a new year, and I'm sure you're dealing with a lot of people that are talking about just dropping that extra weight. Off the top of your head, what's the easiest thing we can do about starting this year off with a healthier note?
Yeah, so I like the idea of taking stock. So first checking and seeing what your weight was last year, jump on the scale, see what it is now, and really take a good look and see how far away are you from your ideal. There's something called the body mass index, BMI. You may have heard of that in the past, and we use that in the physician's office. You can also punch in your numbers to an online calculator, type in your weight, type in your height, and it'll give you your BMI. And so BMI is usually want to be somewhere between under 25 usually. 25 to 18 is really okay. 25 to 30 is considered overweight, and then 30 plus is considered the word obese. And a lot of people don't like that, but that's the medical term for it.
Well, a lot of people are also afraid of the truth, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, more Dr. Compton when we come back. So here's one thing I just want to invite you to. I do it all the time here. Get up, do some jumping jacks, go get a glass of water, have an apple slice, have a carrot stick. And again, it's not about doing everything all at once, it's baby steps. So if you added on some extra weight, we're going to share with you how to let go of that weight and start 2022 in a healthier, more positive way. Don't go away. Welcome back. So I hope you had a glass of water. I hope you did more than 10 jumping jacks. And I hope you just thought a little bit about what we talked about. New year, new you, new intentions. Joining us from Adventist Health Glendale is Dr. Richard Compton. Dr. Compton, what I loved that you addressed is to look at where we are today, at this moment. And I truly invite everyone to let go of all the shame and all the I should haves and oh my gosh, and quit the name calling, because we insult ourselves all the time, is just take stock as to where we are right now. One of the statistics I found before we came today is obesity in America, because it's staggering to me to realize that we are one of the most obese countries in the world, is 1 out of 3 U.S. adults is obese.
Yeah, that's an amazing statistic. Obesity really increased in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s, and it's been, rapidly increasing, going from, I believe, as you mentioned, 1 out of every 3 people is now obese, and it's probably 2 out of every 3 people is either overweight or obese. So that's a significant number.
And one thing I want to say though is, just say your doctor uses the word obese. Please do not Google, do not oversearch, overanalyze what the word is. we didn't wake up obese. We didn't wake up having that extra 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds. We are the reason it happened. Outside of medical conditions and family history and hereditary and genes, if you are on your couch and you are not moving and you are not being active, and one day turns into 2, turns into weeks, months, and years, you are bound to add on extra weight. So just be where you are, and now take a moment and take stock as to where you are, and we're going to share with you what to do. So someone realizes that they have put on 20 extra pounds. Talk to us.
Yeah, so that 20 extra pounds, maybe it puts them in the overweight or that obese category, and that comes with some health risks, right? And some of those health risks would be, extra weight on the joints. If you have some extra weight, it can also mean that your cholesterol may travel along with that extra weight. So that could increase your risk for heart attacks and strokes. Weight is an issue for many reasons. So what I would say is that at that point, realizing that you have an issue, let's make sure that there's not any underlying medical conditions going on that's traveling along with the obesity.
So that's the first thing, is really just make an appointment with your doctor, call them, and it's so great now is you can have a teleconference on your computer with your doctor instead of going in because of where we are in the world, and just be really honest. And that's even saying, hey doctor, you know what, I'm now drinking 4 Diet Cokes and having 5 milkshakes and eating a bag of cookies, because a lot of people have dealt with depression and just life is so different with where we are. And it's just be really clear with, this is where I am right now. I need your help, doctor, with paying attention to what's going on with my health and my lifestyle. So physically look into what's happening and possibly could be significant medical problems. Just say someone's okay. How do you invite someone to start dropping that extra weight?
Well, first I take a good look at what it is that they're eating. Because honestly, most of the time, it's what we're eating is the issue. There's a saying out there that goes, you can't outrun your fork. Okay, so I explain it to my patients. It's in about 1 hour, a person can burn maybe 1,000 calories if they're really pushing it at the gym, right? Whereas you or I could put down 1,000 calories in 5 minutes. A piece of cheesecake, can do that to us. So.
And it's not that we don't love you cheesecake. It's just we needed something to talk.
Yeah. So you can't outrun the fork.
Okay.
All right. So if you're not exercising, then starting exercise, of course, it's a great idea, but focusing on the diet is a massive part of that.
Let's, because I want to spend a lot of time on the, as we say the word diet, even though I'm not a fan of the word, nutrition. Let's use nutrition.
Sure.
And lifestyle choices. In regards to minimum exercise, what is minimum? Because I think a lot of people will, it's the new year and I'm going to run 14 miles and you burn out quickly. What is minimum for all of us?
Yeah. So it's basically starting out doing what you can, but there are some guidelines. The national recommendation, basically the minimum standard that people should be shooting for is 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity each week, and some sort of resistance training or weight training 2 to 3 times a week on top of that. Okay,
so when you say it's just to raise your heart level.
Yeah, it'd be like a typical cardio, maybe a fast walk for you. So when they say moderate intensity, that means that you're working hard enough that you couldn't belt your favorite Disney song because you're just breathing too hard. But not so hard that you couldn't talk to the person next to you that you're walking with.
And one thing that's great is do it with someone. Do it with a family member. Do it with a friend. With every excuse, there is a solution. And I had a friend a couple years ago. She had put on quite a bit of extra weight, and she was embarrassed. And she said, what do I do? And I said, why don't you just walk from here to the corner and back? Maybe do it twice a day. And she goes, that's it? And I said, that's it. She lost almost 50 pounds. And from here to the corner turned in from here to the block. The 1 block turned into 3 blocks, turned into 4. And she started enjoying it because she felt a difference in her clothes. Like, here's one thing. Can I ask you a question? I have friends that get on the scale every day. Isn't that a detriment?
Well, not necessarily.
No?
Yeah, it's actually a really interesting point. And there's been a couple studies out there looking at when is the optimal time to weigh yourself.
Okay.
There was one study that suggested it was Wednesdays. Every Wednesday, check your weight. It might help you keep on track with your goals.
Okay.
Another study out there is to actually weigh yourself every day.
Really?
That way you
Okay.
keep it top of mind, especially if it's a big issue for you.
But does it set you up to fail as well?
Not if you take it kind of with a grain of salt.
Okay, perfect. I love that. More Dr. Compton when we come back. Don't get on the scale or get on the scale. And no matter what number you see, be proud of yourself because you're right here, right now. We'll see you on the other side. Don't go away. If you haven't received your COVID-19 vaccination yet or your booster, help everyone slow the spread of this horrible virus by getting vaccinated and boosted as soon as possible. For more information, visit www.adventisthealthglendale.org. The conversation is all about how you started this new year. It's about health and wellness. It's about letting go of the weight you added on. Notice I didn't say putting on. Notice I didn't say dropping, and I didn't say the word diet, because there are big words out there like the word diet, should, that just make you feel like you're doing something wrong if you don't succeed. I feel the goals that you set out there. Bottom line is you're setting a goal. Bottom line is you're setting an intention. And bottom line, you realize you want to do something different and something healthier for you. And how great is that you at least said, hey, I want to do something different. Joining us from Adventist Health Glendale is Dr. Richard Compton. So he's going to share with us more on how to do it healthier and do it where we don't set ourselves up to fail. Doctor, on the last break we talked about whether or not you should or shouldn't, or could or couldn't get on the scale every day.
Yeah.
With somebody that does every day, what is your comment again?
Yeah, so my comment is that, be cautious on how you interpret your day-to-day weight change. You're looking for trends over time. Just the act of weighing yourself each day might help keep your nutrition top of mind for that day, and it ingrains a habit. Every morning getting up, stepping on the scale as you're getting ready to brush your teeth and have your breakfast, it just puts it at the top of your mind. It shouldn't be driving, the worry, the depression, the anxiety that can, sometimes travel along with thinking about our weight every day.
And here's the thing too, is you are in an intention. You are saying, hey, you know what, I want to let go of this weight. Hey, I want to do something different. And one thing too that we've talked a lot about here on Healthline is it's not about the number on the scale, it's how your clothes fit. Because muscle weighs more than fat. So if you are actually out there doing something different in regards to your health and your wellness, and I like that you said even resistant training, which means you can go to Amazon and get these great bands and do things. And we have spent so much time learning about what you can do at home. With every excuse we have a solution. And so because we spend most of our time now online, there's not as many excuses.
Yeah, and there are a lot of great at-home options that you can reach for to help you with exercise and with the weight loss too. So resistance bands, walking around the block. Some of the gyms are now opening back up, so you can get back in there and do that. Swimming, cycling, a lot of great activities out there that are aerobic and maybe a little bit easier on the joints for those who do carry that excess weight.
And also, as I said earlier, talk to your family about it. Do it as a family. Do it as a couple. Do it with your kids. Do it with, call a friend and just say, hey, let's do this. And you build this great support system. Diets have been such a fad and a trend. How does someone know what's the healthiest choice for them in regards to getting rid of that 25 extra pounds that they added on during this past year of the holidays?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's kind of hard to know until you try it, right? But that being said, there are some kind of general guidelines. So the national recommendation is 5 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. That's a lot of fruits and vegetables, okay? When you think about it, your plate should be full on, half of it should be fruits and vegetables. And that will help crowd out those less healthful sources of calories.
I love that. One thing too, one great tip that was given to me is if you're a big soda drinker,
Mm-hmm.
just say you drink 3 sodas a day, cut it down to 2, and just in like what, 10 glasses of water a day. I drink at least 2.5 liters of water a day.
Great.
So
Yeah.
and if you have that urge, just drink a glass of water.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the number one source of excess calories that Americans take in is liquid calories.
Wow.
Yeah. So avoiding the calories in a liquid form can be very helpful. Now, of course, I love my smoothies, right? But if you take the time to eat the food, chew it up, it just takes so much longer, and it slows down the introduction of the food into the system.
Okay, but smoothies are a great alternative
Yeah.
to that soda and that. Are you a
Absolutely.
big supporter of protein bars?
Not necessarily, no. I'd rather get my protein from whole food sources.
Okay.
So I love getting my protein from nuts, seeds, beans, legumes, peas. Of course, you can find it in the processed bar, which is convenient. But honestly, most Americans are not deficient in protein, so it's not necessarily the protein bar that they need. I think it's less than 3% of people in the U.S. have a protein deficiency. Protein's usually not the issue. The issue is usually an excess of calories and a lack of healthful sources of calories, where you're getting the phytonutrients from your fruits and vegetables.
In regards to, there's tons of diets out there, intermittent fasting, keto. Share with that a little bit, because some people, when they think intermittent fasting, sometimes people think, well, isn't that part of an eating disorder? Because, you know what I'm saying? Like I was just in a conversation last week about it, but I don't eat for 18 hours, and I'm like, wait, hold on. So what do you support intermittent fasting?
I do, as long as it's done judiciously.
Okay.
So intermittent fasting has been shown to help with decreasing your insulin levels and the sensitivity that you have to your insulin. So it kind of gives your body a break. If you're trying to gain weight, I know bodybuilders will wake up in the middle of the night to eat that extra meal so they get the extra calories that they want. But it does lead to weight gain. So giving your body a break from the food, a true overnight fast, at least do that. So you're not snacking in the middle of the night.
Could you imagine waking up at like 3 in the morning and like, hey, I'm gonna have a big old bowl of pasta and a steak. More Dr. Compton when we come back. Don't go away. Adventist Health is nationally ranked for patient care, 5 stars from CMS, and an A rating again from the Leapfrog Group, and ranked one of the best hospitals in California by U.S. News and World Report. If you're looking for a doctor and you are looking for someone to help you let go of the extra weight you added on in the past year and a half during the holidays, visit AdventistHealthGlendale.org and search under doctors, and there's a team waiting for you on the website so you can find the right doctor that makes you feel the healthiest you can be. Dr. Compton, we addressed intermittent fasting. The big craze now is Keto Diet. Talk to us about that.
Yeah, so Keto Diet is interesting because people can and definitely do lose weight on a keto diet. The question is where is that weight coming from? When they study it and they look at the body composition before and after a keto diet, they're finding that a lot of people are losing muscle mass with it.
Okay.
And actually the rate of, compared to a low calorie or a low fat diet, you're actually losing more fat on a low fat diet compared to a keto diet.
Okay.
So generally I would say avoid the keto diet, especially kind of the bacon and the meat and the high fat version of that. If you do want to choose keto, which it's a valid option, I would recommend more towards a vegetarian or a vegan keto.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's again a conversation you have with your doctor. How do you feel about dairy? Because there's a big craze now about soy, almond milk, coconut milk, banana milk. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So what is your thought on dairy?
Yeah, so dairy, Generally, I want to look at foods in terms of their calorie density.
Okay.
And what could I be eating that's maybe healthier, that in place of the dairy, right? And there are a lot of things. So dairy does have a significant number of calories to it. A glass of milk compared to a glass of water, of course, it's obvious. There's a ton more calories in the dairy. So generally, if someone's trying to lose weight, I would first try to reduce the fat percentage. Yeah.
What are your thoughts in regards to the time somebody goes to sleep? There's a whole thing of don't eat past 6, don't eat past 7. What is your recommendation for all of us?
Yeah. So again, it points to that kind of intermittent fasting. So avoiding, giving your body a break from food, actually having a fast every once in a while, or daily, can be helpful. So whether it be 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, eating your calories earlier in the day has been shown to increase your metabolism, and you automatically compensate for the extra calories that you may eat early in the day compared to those you eat at night. Because after you eat the calories at night, you're just sleeping with those calories.
In regards to, sugar is so addictive.
Mm-hmm.
What is your invitation to all of us as to how to stay away from all that extra sugar that we sometimes may?
So sugar in fruits is totally fine.
Okay.
But added sugar, watch out for that. So when you're reading the labels, you're looking at things, watch out for the added sugar compared to the total sugar. The sugar in fruits and vegetables, they don't contribute to excess weight gain.
Okay. Which are carbs.
Yeah, they're carbohydrates. Yeah.
And also, you're a big advocate for actually reading labels as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, ideally, most of your food should not even have a label on it, right?
Oh, I love that.
So when you're going through the grocery store, grab the foods that don't have a label.
Okay.
Okay, because they're probably the healthier ones for you.
And when you actually are at the market, shop on the outside more than you do on the inside.
Typically, that's how grocery stores are oriented, with your produce section towards the the front of the store or to the side. Yeah.
Are you a proponent of supplements?
Only if you really need them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So somebody is added on the 25 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
What is the healthiest amount of weight for you, in regards to your professional opinion, that somebody would drop within a week?
A week, I would say 2, maybe 3 pounds. Going more than that, we may be overshooting the mark.
Okay.
What I want to do is try to find something that's sustainable and more of a lifestyle change than a drastic, I'm going to lose all the weight now as much as I can, rapidly. I want a slow, gradual, sustained effort that's going to, turn into something that is sustainable for the future.
In regards to diets, what is the biggest mistake we all make in regards to a diet and not reaching the goal?
Yeah. So I would say that probably the most challenging one is doing something that's not sustainable.
Okay.
I hear about very interesting diets where basically you're only going to be doing this 1 or 2 types of food for the next couple weeks. Well, that's not sustainable.
Got it.
Finding something that you can do every day is going to be of good benefit to you.
And also find something that you enjoy, because if you hate doing it,
Yeah.
your body also takes on, like, I hate this, so why am I going to work with you?
Yeah.
Doctor, final thoughts in regards to 2022 and creating a healthy lifestyle. What are your thoughts?
So if those viewers out there haven't heard about a whole food, plant-based diet, I would suggest investigating that. And I might point them to some resources if that's okay.
Please.
So some of the resources that I like and I point to my patients to is a website called nutritionfacts.org. There's a fabulous creator on there, Dr. Michael Greger. He's got lots of educational videos about weight loss. It can be very helpful. And then, other things is just maybe this next week you try one new recipe that is a little bit healthier than something that you had last week. So maybe one new recipe a week, setting that as a potential goal. could be a great option. And places you can go for healthier recipes. And people usually know, like, this recipe is a little bit healthier than the one that I had, I would otherwise have. But I do like the website, forksoverknives.com.
Great documentary too.
Great documentary as well. And I do like many of the recipes, not all of them.
Okay.
And if you want to get hardcore with weight loss, I do like the book that was put out by Dr. Greger. It's called the How Not to Diet Cookbook. A lot of very low calorie meals in there, but are also large volume, so that you're not so hungry after.
Thank you so much for coming back. Will you come back again?
I'd love to.
Thank you so much. Okay, so you heard from Dr. Compton. Change something once a day, once a week, do something new. Our mission here is to invite you to try on new things so you can be as healthy as possible. Did you realize that when you go through a drive-thru, it takes as much time to sit at the booth, order, wait for your food, and you can actually be doing the same thing at home with your family or loved ones. When I grew up, I was in the kitchen with my mom learning how to cook. There's so many things you can do to have a healthier lifestyle and not be afraid of it. Baby steps, don't do everything all at once. And if you have any questions and you kind of don't know what you're doing, AdventistHealth.org. Glendale, the staff at Adventist Health Glendale is here to help you and walk you into being the healthiest you can be. Don't forget to wash your hands. Don't forget to wear your mask. Don't forget to pay attention to others. And remember, the most important conversation you're going to have is about you and your health. So why not start this year off with a great conversation? You can visit us on all types of social media at the website Adventist Health Glendale, and also follow us on Facebook at AH Glendale, and I am at Gregory Zarian. Be well. We'll see you next time.